So the first basic stroke is the full pressure stroke. So in this, what our aim is to get this parallelogram kind of shape. So if we will observe the structure of this shape, so we are making kind of a small, very lightly, it is not very thick, but it is just slightly thick. So this kind of parallelogram we are making. Okay. So this kind of small parallelogram kind of structure we are making. So, and it is also what you can observe is we are starting from the first ascender and we are going up to the first descender. Okay, so the first thing, always keep checking that your nib is pointing along the slant or not. So if the nib is not pointing, you can rotate the paper a little bit. So now how we will write this stroke is, so I will start from the first ascender and go up to the first descender and lift our hand. Start from the first ascender, go up to the first descender. Okay, so the basic first things which you have to try to achieve is that like this line should be on the 55 degree only, this angle. Like when I say it should be on slant, it means that this line is on 55 degree, like it should not be on some other angle. Suppose I make it like this, then you can see that it is not on the slant line, it is on some other angle, so that we have to avoid. So all the thick strokes should be on the 55 degree only. So you have to keep it on slant. And the other thing also which you have to avoid is like something like this. So you can see that it is not of uniform thickness. So the thickness is varying from top to bottom. So it should be of uniform thickness from top to the bottom part. Okay. So first, these two things are important to achieve, that it should be completely on the slant and it should be of uniform thickness from top to bottom. And yeah, so like the basic things which you have to achieve is this only, that try to have the uniform thickness and keep it on 55 degree. So few you can try. And then like now there is one advanced detail. So just so that you have an understanding, I will discuss it here, but like it will take like a lot of practice, few weeks or even few months it can take to achieve that. But like you should at this point, because it is, you are just starting right now, so just you should understand that term only. That is also fine at this moment. So what I am going to discuss is square tops and square bottoms. Okay. So what we mean by that is, like if you will observe closely, okay. So like now, if you observe these lines, so like if you will observe, this one has a curved top, okay. This one has a flat and horizontal top. In this, the top part is flat, but it is at an angle. Okay, in this one also it is at an angle. So what we are trying to achieve is this, like it should be flat also and horizontal also at top and bottom. Like in this one, it is flat, but it is inclined. Okay. So instead of this, we are aiming for, because we are aiming for parallelogram kind of shape. So we want a exactly flat top at top and exactly flat bottom part. Okay. So instead of starting with an angle, we have to get this flat horizontal shape. So the process to achieve it is like this stroke, we can further break it down. So how we can achieve it is, first we will make a thin flat horizontal line of the thickness of the stroke like this. Then we will give pressure and move the tines leftward and a little downward along the slant. Then we will move at this 55-degree angle. And once the right tine touches the ending part, we will release the pressure so that like both the tines join at this end. So again, I will demonstrate. So what we are doing is, so I will start a little bit lower so that you can see it clearly. Like first I am making a horizontal line. Then I am giving pressure and moving leftwards and along the slant. Then the tine has opened. I will just continue with that thickness only, reach up to the first descender. Now I will close the tines towards the left. Okay. So what we are doing is we have divided this stroke in 3 parts like this. So just I will make it a little bit wider so that it is more clearer. And I will write without the ink so that you can observe it more closely. So like first I will make a horizontal line over here so that I can get this top part. Then I am giving pressure and moving along the slant like downwards. This you can observe. So like if I will just open directly without moving downwards, it goes towards the right. So I will give pressure also and move slightly downwards also so that I can cover this triangle. So make a thin line like this, then give pressure and move downwards. So we will cover up to this triangle part. So first step is horizontal line, then make a triangular part. Then we will just continue with that thickness up to the point. Now the right tine has reached the first descender. Now I will release the pressure but keep moving in this direction along the slant so that the tines meet here. So in this way, I will cover this lower triangle also. So first we will make a horizontal line, then give pressure, move downwards. So now we have covered this triangular part. So then just continue with that pressure. Now we have to complete the lower triangle. Now I will release the pressure but continue moving along the slant. So the tines will naturally join here only. So this way we will get the square top and square bottom. So right now, just try to focus on these 2 points, which I had said earlier that it should be on slant and uniform thickness. But after a few weeks, you can focus on getting the square tops or square bottoms. So, but as it is a very initial stage, so just you should have an understanding like what is the meaning of square top and square bottom like this. Also, like sometimes what happens, even if I know how we can get square top and square bottom, still sometimes I end up making it inclined. So in that case, what you can do is, in that case, you can just go back and touch up with the ink and make it flat. Okay. So this way also you can retouch what you are doing so that you get a flat top and flat bottom. So you can try this stroke, full pressure stroke also. Okay, so don't get worried because it will take a lot of practice to achieve the square top and square bottom. So right now, just focus on having uniform thickness from first ascender to first descender and try to keep it on 55 degree.